That works.
Yours is working?
Yep. Let me show you how to push that button. There's nothing plugged into your microphone.
It's portable.
The wireless. Those.
Joe, did you want to get
Hey, I lost my parking spot.
All right, we're calling the meeting to order. It's exactly 5:45. Any citizens' input? Any delegations? Any additions, deletions to last month's? Oh, for the current agenda. That's a new one.
I do that just to trip you up once in a while.
You got me.
Can we back up for a second, Jeff?
Yeah,
Do I need to give an update on the bathrooms?
that'd be great.
Sounds like I need to call Dean back. But just to let you guys know, the board decided to not go through with the process of transferring that land over the city and having, I guess, Dean build it. What we'd been talking about before. They decided to not do that, but it sounds like now. I don't want to speak for too many people, but it sounds like the VFW has now stepped up on that and has made an agreement with the board to purchase that sliver of land, and then for this project to go forward from there. Is what it looks like how that's going to happen right now. Still some details to work out on there, and maybe Jason might have some more information on that, but I think we're coming to a resolution on that, and we're going to get it built. Hopefully get some stuff done it yet this fall. Yet. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that.
Awesome.
Good job.
That wasn't me. It was all Dean and Jason. So
Good work.
I don't know much to do with it.
Well, whoever did, good job.
Dean.
Dean.
Yep.
Awesome. Need a motion to approve 2 months ago's minutes.
So moved. Second.
Terry and Joe. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. They are approved. Financial reports. Was state of the art.
Yeah, you want to bring that up?
Which one?
Cemetery July bills.
Oh, that's right. We got 2 months worth.
Just if anybody's got any questions, I'll point out anything as we go through. That page looks pretty standard. Yep, supplies. Something from the credit card, so go ahead.
I'm trying to get it up on the other screen that the public is seeing at the
Oh,
same time.
okay.
So I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I've got a reporter in the back of the room. He's still there.
We got what we got right now.
On this page on the bottom, about the only big thing is the project for the front of the maintenance shop. The doors got put in yesterday. Looks really good. So that project is wrapping up. Other than that,
Good for that document?
yep, I think so.
Not gonna watch that.
Yeah, chemicals, fertilizer. Gas. Yeah, I don't see nothing on there that's out of the ordinary.
On the golf course, August, July.
July. Um,
Sure, doesn't scan very well.
um,
Blown up big enough, you can see it.
yeah. Still kind of blurry. But yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. August golf course. Sprayer, big one there. Otherwise, a little bit of repair and maintenance on the golf course or clubhouse air conditioning. $951. First year of the computer upgrade. And then the rentals from the
Adult junior.
adult junior. Yes, thank you.
Let's hear.
So there was that, and then there was one other one from Wild Oak. Rented us a few carts. This one was from Ryder out of Brandon. Yep. Unless somebody has questions. Cemetery revenue and expense.
Better do that down.
A little ahead of last year total, but revenue's up a little bit from last year, so looking like we should hit revenue budget. We did not last year. I think that was mainly just not a lot of funerals going on and a lot of cremations that just people aren't burying last year, so. Lot sales were down a little bit, but this year they kind of picked back up. So I would say this year is a little closer to normal. Last year was just a really down year. So
There was a little bit of concern expressed about the lesser revenue for cemetery permits, and I said slow the response time for the ambulance, and we might get back to where it was.
as far as expenses, everything seems to be in line there. Yeah, current expenses on there. Everything's looking pretty good. The professional services that'll be coming. You don't have to. That's just for the design work for the cemetery expansion. Or not necessarily design work, it's more concept plan and cost estimates. So, any other questions on cemetery revenue or expenses?
Moving on to golf course. This is July.
So, yeah, I mean, everything's looking, revenue wise, is looking really good.
You almost don't want to look at July when August is already there.
So as you can see, there's a lot of items that already hit revenue budget. Probably a few more that hit yet. The far left column is the current budget, so it's kind of a reference point on where we're at. So carts were going to be over 200. Memberships will probably be over 200. Adult greens fees were already over revenue budget. Range is looking really good again this year. So
Just out of curiosity, with like the range, because I know that we increased it this year. Are we like that far over just because of the increase, or would we have been over?
it's a
anyway?
lot of use.
Yeah.
I mean, the cost increase is a small sliver
That's
of it. We
what I
didn't
was
increase
thinking.
it that much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The revenue from that is strictly from the heavy use. We were picking this last couple weeks, not as much, but through most of the summer, we were literally picking daily. And in previous years, we were maybe skipping a day here, skipping a day there. But yeah, it's during the weekends, we just couldn't skip it. So I think we only technically ran out of balls just a couple times. So
Physically, can it sustain this usage?
well, about the only thing that's really helping us right now is this pure size of that driving range tee box.
Yep.
I had some irrigation issues on the north end. I got those resolved. That has helped immensely, but otherwise, about the only thing I can really do is more sand and more fertilizer. Maybe some fungicide treatments to keep it healthy. That's really the only thing that, with the constant, it's just going to be a battle. So I probably put more sand on that tee box this year than I have in the last 2 to 3 years combined. So
Yeah.
it was just a constant job that the boys got done with their jobs. That's what they got sent to do. So
Yeah, and the reason I bring that up, I mean, it just underscores that we got to do something, right? Like we have to.
Yeah.
It's a great problem to have, but
yeah.
but it's definitely been beat up.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Anything else on revenue? On expenses, I'm running out of Part-time labor, that's going to be exhausted here pretty quick. Um,
9 days into it already.
Yeah. So it's going to get interesting on that one. Partially because just we've had so much rain, and normally July and August we're back off on mowing to some point, and we just never really had that. So
So when you reach your part-time labor budget, does the well just shut off?
I could go have conversation.
I was going to say, we've got money to pay them, and
Right.
I'd say take it from over here and keep the staff going, because
Right.
we don't need the course suffering as a result of not having money in the right account.
This is what we're authorized by council to spend.
Sure.
but other than that, insurance is over, but I have no control over that.
So when you say insurance is over, isn't that just usually a fixed expense?
So we've had some changeover on new equipment and stuff that got added, and for where we were at,
Gotcha.
and prices have gone up. And that's not just equipment; that's buildings. That's not health insurance for the full-time employees. That's up above.
I see.
So
That's what I was talking about.
yeah,
That's up here.
Okay.
so
How many employees are you talking about with group insurance?
we have 4.
4?
2 in the golf course. Well, so this one is just golf course. So they get 2 on the golf course, 2 on the cemetery. So the cemeteries is totally separate. So okay. So any other questions?
Is that it?
For financially,
Unless if somebody has questions on something or want to go back to something.
no, but those numbers are huge.
So end of August, we're about 100,000 ahead of last year. So revenue wise. So
Nice.
But our expenses will be up too.
yep, they are up. So
To further explain the part-time labor issue is that if they work more than X number of hours at exceeding, is it 29 hours?
19.
19 hours in any week during a month. And if that happens 6 months out of the year, they qualify for South Dakota retirement. So we have to
Manage that accordingly.
Yeah.
Either that or find other part-time employees or make certain that they're working only 15 hours or 18 hours after that.
Right.
There were some that hit that last year, so it's
Yeah.
just kind of a
Well, we'll talk about it in the superintendent report, but any other questions or anything about the financials? If not, I'll need a motion to approve the financials for July and August.
Yep.
Terry?
Second.
Tom? Any other further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Financials are approved.
You're going to go through Eric's.
yeah. I'll just buzz through it. Um, yeah, like we've been talking about, it's been a busy month. Play has just been pretty constant. It's slowed down here the last week or two, as it usually does after Labor Day and school starts. But we're still probably busier than normal. So, let's see, July. Weather's been good. A little bit of rain. Rainstorms has hindered a little bit of play, but not a lot. First tee program ended July 29th. I got to say that I'm pretty sure that everybody was pretty satisfied with the first tee program. With the combination of Eric's programs and the first tee programs, I think that went over really well. A lot of volunteers. I mean, I don't know, Jeff, if you want to say anything about it because you volunteered for it, but
Yeah, it was first tee was worth it in my opinion, not knowing what it all involved, and it's very very organized, very structured. Combined with Eric's program, I think we might have been a few less because it was a little more expensive for the first tee, but they do have scholarships available, and incredible. And watching those kids, because I helped Eric a little bit with the first part of his, and then I volunteered with first tee. The amount of progress from those kids, they got essentially 2 months of instruction, was incredible. The numbers were great, but the results were really really noticeable. Very impressed with it.
So there's a list of events that were in July. It seems like an awful lot. Last two are in August, but it's been a lot of events. Eric has done a very good job on when he can work regular golfers around him. He does the best that he can. We've heard a few complaints about the amount of tournaments, but I think most people understand the benefits of having them. So, member guest was good. I think the Pepsi Cola was pretty good. We got a pretty full slate, and I guess he's got that down below. Coming up yet. September is usually pretty full, and then October usually cuts off pretty drastically. So,
Would you like me to jump to his August clubhouse report so we can just kind of transition to that next
yeah.
phase?
I don't know. If somebody sees something they want question on, just holler. I'm reading through this too. So, so as you can see,
There's still a lot of events coming
yeah.
up.
September is really doesn't, as far as outings and tournaments, it really doesn't slow down yet. So, we had one request for possible tournament first part of October, but I guess they decided to not do it, which is okay.
Is that the softball one?
Yeah. Yeah, they called and said that they weren't going to do it. So, otherwise, I don't know. Does anybody got any questions on remaining tournaments or?
No, but I saw the Pepsi 2 woman up there, and just anecdotally, I've heard a ton of great comments from the ladies this summer, with like especially the press box or the tee boxes, the tee boxes. I really think that for that population, those are a game changer.
Yep.
Yep, for sure.
So,
Everyone's fine.
yeah.
Going to get July.
Yeah, we'll just quick look at July here, but As you can see, memberships haven't changed a whole lot. About the only times that's going to change this time of year is for fund passes. They count when they re-up, so that's about the only way they will change right now. So I'd say just go to the next, go to August. So we're at, I'll go back up for a second. So we're at 27,000. So we got 10,000 to meet last year. I think that's probably very doable. I don't know. I'd have to ask Eric that question for sure, but might not quite hit that this year. It seemed like we were as busy as last year, but anywhere near that 37,000 number is a big number. So,
Well, if you've got that much more in the driving range, you may not have it in the course.
but we're at the end of August. We're already above 2023. So we got
a year.
2 months yet.
So with those rounds, and this is the same thing as with the driving range, but like our par threes are really getting beat up.
Yep.
Is there like anything mitigating that we can do there? You know, like 8. I was out there the other day. Like, can we mow it out wider? Like, is that a possibility? Or
Maybe a little bit. What my plan was down the road is maybe taking the backside back just a little bit. Not really a long ways, but just kind of widening that out. That would probably be the best way to do it.
because that's the one that's really
Yep.
and it's such a small area just because of where it's at.
And that one that kind of got hit by a little bit of disease here about a couple weeks ago also, so that doesn't help it either. It would be nice to just at some point strip all the sod, level it, bring it all up good, and so it needs to be addressed.
Again, good problem to have.
7 I thought kind of is holding up fair, but 8 I would agree is by far taking the most beating, but that's all short, really short clubs. So
Yeah, so you're
it's-
taking big beaver pelts out of it.
Yep. So.
Okay. Anything else for the clubhouse report?
He's got the breakdown for the adult junior.
Oh,
So for your guys' information on what we brought in from practice rounds, cart rentals, range use. So that kind of gives you an idea of how beneficial that one tournament was. This is a little higher than the normal state tournament just because of the strict size of it. And they are, after this year, they're splitting that tournament up. So it's never going to be this big again. So,
You're saying it might be 50 or 60% that size?
I would say about 16,000 on a normal one. It depends on the one. Some of the women's ones are a little smaller, so your payout on that isn't going to be as much. So it all depends. So
So Jason, that number at the bottom, that's what we cleared,
mhm.
24,000?
Yep.
So on a typical Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or even Sunday, how much of it goes cleared then?
If it's a really good that combination of the days, it might be close to that. But essentially, you're guaranteed. You got a tournament like this coming in, you're guaranteed that amount. And if it rains or something, if you have greens fees, they might not be coming in. So, I mean, that would be a really big just greens fees to get to that. It's possible, but it doesn't happen real often.
Just curious.
Yep.
Good question.
Yeah, what we got the mid-am next year in June, is that right?
I believe so.
I
Yes.
mean, that's
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah.
That'll be another, it's a 2-day, not a
Yeah.
3 like this. But
Well, and a little bit of this was some of the practice rounds that he had prior, so like Saturday, and he counted a little bit of that, the ones that he knew were coming specifically for practice rounds. But, so. And this isn't including Eric's food and that kind of stuff either, so this is all city side of it, so Eric had a good couple days too, so merchandise and whatnot, so
yeah, I was there all 3 days. They did fantastic.
mhm.
Course was great.
Yeah, and Eric's staff and volunteers, I mean, they did a very good job, and I think everybody was happy. I talked to Dean Zahn, he was the SDGA main person there, and a lot of times on these junior tournaments, they don't send their main guys, they just send interns. Well, this one, they had one of their main tournament director, and he was very happy when he left, so.
Ready to move on?
Yep. We got a couple of rolls of sod from down south to repair some graves that are just being troublesome. We seeded them, and we're just having issues with them. So that got done about a week or so ago. The mausoleum section got plotted. The bike trail work was awarded, and we had a pre-con meeting yesterday. That'll get started here in a couple weeks. So if he gets a couple weeks, he'll probably be into October a little bit. The contractor thinks he'll get it done in a couple weeks, so middle of October. We'll be planting trees along the south and west side of it, so along the houses for this year, and then next year we'll probably plant trees on the other side. There's been some complaints about dogs just running free. Most people are pretty respectful, so I don't know. We might have to address that at another time. I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. I think people just got to remember it is a cemetery, and letting their dogs run free through all the gravestones is not a great thing. So,
I have dedicated some discussion time later on if you wish.
yeah. Aaron is helping with some seeding projects for engineering. So he's going to be working on that over the next week or so. Golf course, as you guys have seen, I've roped off quite a few spots. We've just really been doing with a lot of wear there again with all the traffic. If we can just convince people not to drive in the same spot all the time, and if they see a wear area, if they kind of avoid it, that would be best. Try to keep the carts on the path, by the tee boxes, that kind of stuff. Had one mower that I had to send to Toro, couldn't figure it out, so I got back. Or again, more than normal mowing in July and August. Kind of ran out of chemical budget, so couldn't really spray growth regulator to slow it down. We've already dispensed more range balls this year than we did all last year, so. We're 669,000 balls we've dispensed out of that machine, so just this year, so.
So when you say you ran out of chemical budget, back to my original question on the other stuff, can't you pull from somewhere else?
So they really want me to try to stay within my budget. So if I'm short on this, as long as if I pull it from somewhere else, overall I'm still supposed to stay under budget. So I've got a couple items that there was issues with. So that's been kind of a sticking point on that. So.
Okay.
I mean, I've got enough chemical, but I just didn't have enough to get more regulator at that time. So, and that's not necessarily a necessity for regulator. It's not that I run out of chemical. I mean, I've got the chemical I need to finish out the year, regardless of that.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to go more in the hole just to do that. So, kind of a catch-22. Do you go in or more in the hole, or do you just deal with it? So.
Well, the whole purpose of a budget is anticipation.
Yep.
And
Yep. And I just had some stuff earlier in the year, my supplies budget and my chemical budget. It costs are up, and it got spent out. My supplies budget really went down because I had a lot of irrigation head issues. So I had to buy a lot of parts this year, a lot more than normal. So it just kind of dwindled fast, and I
totally
haven't.
get that. I mean, I
Yeah.
know this isn't on your side, it's
Yeah.
more on the city side, but
Oh.
things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we had more rain than what we anticipated. So, I mean, I could understand that if we were out of money.
Yeah.
And, especially on things that could affect the course quality. And ultimately, you make that decision
Yeah.
whether it's worth doing that or not.
Yeah.
But to me, it makes no sense when you've got all this extra cash here and something is running short.
Yeah.
There's got to be a process to mitigate that.
So we're working through that. So.
All right.
Yep. There again, had some disease on the tees and fairways. I've never really sprayed a whole lot on tees or fairways, and at that point where it was kind of getting to the point where I didn't feel it was worth spraying it. So things are healing now. So in the future, I'm going to look at doing more of a preventative on the fairways. So
Is that the fairways that got blotchy?
yeah,
Yeah.
10 got it pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a handful of them that were worse than others.
Some on one.
Yeah,
One.
yeah. So
Did.
there's a
I noticed it about 175
Some, on the days I don't go in the water, I notice it.
So that's just going to come down to priorities. So if that's something we want to prioritize, I'll just have to prioritize that going forward. So kind of snuck up on me this year. So, but
Along that line, I just wanted to add something. I had a note here about the spraying for weeds and stuff, and I guess sometimes the clubhouse lawn gets probably doesn't get the attention it should, and that's one of them. The weeds and stuff are coming in, and to me, that should be pristine
Okay.
when they're
Yep.
Front and
walking.
center.
Yep. And so I'd make a extra effort to.
Yep.
Who plants the flowers?
the women's group. So I pay for them, but they plant them.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Yep.
nice touch. And
Yep.
But next to the flowers is, you
Yep.
know,
Other stuff.
Yep.
other stuff. And
Is that-
well, could do that. But
Is
I'm a
that
farmer.
season-
There's a chemical for every weed.
season disease?
the main one is anthracnose that is in a lot of it. That's more of a midsummer, but a lot of times it starts earlier in the year, but it really doesn't show until July. So to really treat it right, you really need to be treating it early before it starts showing like it is. So, like I said, at this point in time, it's to the point where it's going to start filling in and healing. So, yeah, we'll start spraying for broadleaves here coming up in the next week or so. Had some issues with the waterfall pump. Trying to figure that out. I think it's just there's just a bunch of weeds in by the intake. I'm hoping that's all it is. So working through that. My plan is I have October 6th down. I might move that up to the week before since the one tournament isn't gonna happen. So I will probably not. I'm going to do a fairly narrow aerification, so I might go a little lighter on the sand this year, so that it won't be as quite as intrusive. The sand will work in a little faster. Probably start on tees shortly after that, and then fairways we usually do after courses shut down in November. So.
Those new tee boxes are really hard. Like 2.9. Like, what is that? Will they just soften up over time? Is
I
that
will,
something new, or-
so the process that they do, I was told that they probably will be until we start aerifying them a little bit,
So I was wondering-
just because how they're built and they pack them in really
right.
good. Well, just got to get loosened up. So now that it's established, I'll probably start. We'll aerify them this fall, then maybe next year we'll probably get on a little more of a routine of probably a couple times a year instead of just once a year. So,
Look great though.
And what's your game plan moving forward with the cattails?
Probably try to take some out again this year. Last year when we tried burning them, we got in there with the skid loader, and that worked pretty good. We were able to probably try to get that a little bit more with that to get a lot of the material out, and then go from there. So just trying to keep on it and just get it under control and keep it under control. So.
Anything else?
Nope.
Anything for Jason? Okay, the cemetery expansion design proposal.
So after looking at all the different proposals, it's the recommendation is to go with Bros. They're a local company, and they've got part of their company has landscape portion of it, so that's kind of the reasoning behind it. With what we have for a budget, we're gonna request that we do the west concept plan for it and cost estimates, and then we'll have a little bit of money left. We'll try to get as much done on the other part as we can with what money we have left. So So, we were in conversations. I talked to Terry and Jeff, Kevin, Terry Johnson from engineering, and got their input on this. So, I think this is probably the way to go. So. So they'll give us cost estimates and just a general concept plan. Really won't be any detailed plans or nothing, but give us costs on roads, drainage, general dirt moving and whatnot. So. And at least give us a cost on what the project could cost us so we know what to ask council for. So then I'll probably be planning on asking for this, or we probably won't do the whole project. I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably try to cordon part of that 20 acres off and do that. And then that way the cost isn't quite so obtrusive right away. And yeah. So, but we'll see what the concept plan comes up as and see how best we can do that. So, but it is getting more and more, and we still have spots in the existing cemetery, but it's filling up. So. So
So to clarify, you're looking for approval to proceed with the one for the west, and then to possibly negotiate as much we can get get done to stay within the $20,000 budget of the east on top of that. Because if we added the two of those together at 8,500 and 12,200 was it? We're 700 over. So if we can wiggle that down, that's the hope.
and regardless, just stay under budget and
Do we need to act on that, or?
yes.
Motion to approve the West Location Cemetery expansion design proposal with the option for negotiating the east proposal to stay within the approved $20,000 budget. Is that your motion? Well stated. Is there a second?
Second.
Joel, any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor of Tom's eloquently stated motion, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Well done.
Good job.
A discussion item about dogs in the cemetery. Do we need to?
So I went and talked to our legal consultant, legal representative of the city regarding what policy is. And as we know, a previous mayor made a wide-reaching policy of dogs can be off leash as long as they're within verbal command that they'll return to their owner again. I clarified with the city attorney last week regarding what authority the park board would have or the golf and cemetery board would have. Golf and cemetery board can set their own policy regarding the cemetery and the golf course. So if you wish to have something restricting saying must be on leash within the cemetery, that is up to you. But I lean toward
Run loose.
Some, and that's kind of the issue is that some people are pretty respectful of it, and a lot of people have them on leashes, and some of them have good control over them, but some don't. It's
There's obviously been some complaints.
there's been a couple complaints. Dogs kind of running up to other dogs and getting in a little bit of altercations and whatnot. So we've had to ask a few people not to just let. It's one thing if they stay on the road, but when they're just running through, that becomes a little bit of an issue when you're. I mean, it's not just a park.
I know there's a lot of people who walk their dogs.
Yep.
in the Cemetery.
There is a lot of people that walk, ride their bikes, and walk their dogs through the cemetery. It's amazing how many people do that. So, Yep.
So there's none of the flags.
so this is just a discussion item. I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention that it might be coming back to you at some point. And where we want to draw the line on it, I don't know.
Can we address with signage?
Do you have the manpower to enforce?
Well, that's just it.
policy?
It's almost to the point where do you just not allow dogs at all, or but then you get the city policy is this, so that's where I didn't know where am I going to be out there on a daily basis policing it, saying, I mean, I don't have time to do that, so.
Well, in my opinion, if it continues to be an issue, at the very least, they need to be leashed.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the cemetery as an exercise place for.
Yeah.
Anytime you make a rule, you gotta have some way of enforcing it.
Yep.
To make the rule.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you take a rifle and shoot the dog when they go by.
Glad your mic is off.
Good thing you can do in the summer when you have.
Yeah.
Plant crops and stuff.
I think signage, for sure.
Yeah, I think
Right.
very good.
Like I said, I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention that it is kind of becoming an issue, and we have had some complaints. So,
I wonder what it'd be like because at the entrances around.
Yep.
Carry put no dogs allowed signs,
mhm.
see how many people can read.
Do we want to make it specific and say something to the effect of, please keep your dogs away from grave sites?
Yes.
What about
Yeah.
the green area that's not developed yet that we just approved, have it designed for? Are we going to be as fussy about that? Or, I mean, I agree with Jason, we want to monitor it and possibly enforce something, but we need a little bit of direction, I think, is where he's going with it.
You could just please be respectful, keep your dogs off the grid.
Yeah.
This is a solemn whatever.
Because
right?
I mean, if I was out there at somebody's funeral and a dog came up and raised its leg at a grave marker, or worse yet, it's not a very cool thing to be having
Correct.
out there. It's,
Yeah.
Well, it's city property, so they have to abide by the city policy as it is.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it should be a little more restrictive than that on the cemetery. I mean, it's a discussion item, so we don't take any action on it tonight.
Yeah.
But I think at the very least they should be leashed. But I'd say monitor it. If it's an issue, bring it back, and we'll put it on the agenda. And you know, the sign thing is great because 80% plus of the people will abide by whatever is on the sign. It's the 20% that you have to deal with.
Right.
And that's with anything.
we're getting signs made for the pickleball courts because people have been taking bicycles on there, skateboards,
Yeah.
scooters, dogs, and need to just explain that it's not allowed.
Yeah.
I put it on Facebook. It's not going to be enough.
But I really don't think a leash restriction is out of the question by any stretch in the cemetery. Okay, anything else on that? 2026 budget?
There's been a couple things cut. The project did get cut.
The budget's not finalized yet, but the first
Yeah. The first
Uh,
round.
first meeting was last night
Yeah.
with the council regarding the budget, and at this point, phase 3 is not listed in there as an option for next year. I guess that's an easy way to say it.
So council's still can put it back in, but then, as always, they'd have to take something else
Something
out.
gets
so,
cut.
Right.
So, what else is? Some things got nibbled back a little bit. We asked for some tuck pointing on the structures in the front of the
The pillars
cemetery.
on the wall out front.
Yep. So that amount got cut back. So whatever gets approved, we'll do whatever we can this year, and then do the worst of the worst. So,
Pick up
did that get cut?
just a little bit of it.
A little bit of it got cut.
A little bit of that.
So, I guess the project is the main thing that got. Like I said, it's not in the budget as of now. So,
Right now, a replacement payloader is still in there.
Yeah.
To be split paid for via cemetery and golf.
the range machine is still in. The ball picker is still in. There was a filter there again. We've had some for irrigation, so to help with clogging and whatnot. So I requested some equipment for, or that one been in capital for the Emerald Ash Borer. Would that have been capital?
No, I think it's still there.
Okay. I requested some equipment to inject trees for Emerald Ash Borer. I'm not to the point where I want to save the ashes forever, but at least considering how many ashes we have in the cemetery and the golf course, if we can just buy some time until we get some other trees established is more what I'm after.
You have between 275 and 300 total between this golf course and cemetery on ash. Is that right?
180 on the golf course and like 87 in the cemetery. So if you can imagine in a couple years all those trees being gone, it'd be a big dent. So the entryway is almost all ash. So if you can imagine all those trees being gone at one time, so that's what we're trying to avoid is just not getting that big glut of it. And
To clarify, Emerald Ash Borer has not been spotted here.
no, it's just east of Sioux Falls or just west of Sioux Falls at the moment. So it's going to get here eventually. When it might be, it could be next year. It could be 10 years yet. Probably 3 to 5 is probably likely. So the treatment is usually lasts 2 to 3 years. So
Save the driveway.
yeah, and that's is that it, like I said, it's almost all ash coming up that driveway, and that'd be
Speaking of driveway, the sign looks great.
Yeah.
What's the plan to take down the old one?
Yep.
just making time to do it. So I know.
I've
Yeah.
commented before that I can spot that new one from 3 or 4 blocks away.
Yeah.
Joel and I could take care of it, but
Yeah.
probably won't be very professional.
Yeah.
He wanted to save the 12 by 12s.
What's that?
You cut it down ground level.
Yep. Can't guarantee which way it's going to fall.
So
That'd be interesting to watch.
it is high on my list, but it just haven't
Not
got
that high.
So.
I just curious.
Was there much discussion on the phase 3?
I wasn't there. I don't know if there was.
No, it was general conversation on stuff. And,
Yeah.
And
Wonder if there's a general temperature on it of where they're at with it.
there's a list that the mayor handed out to all of council members of prioritization in terms of where they think things should fall if something else were to be funded. So we'll see how that comes back.
So. Yeah, I guess as far as other things budget wise, the cart path is still in, correct?
I need to check that. I'm sorry.
Okay. I only saw it briefly once, so I'm not positive. But the cart path I requested was on for 14 and 15. So the big items for a golf course that I requested was obviously phase 3. The filter was 55,000. The cart pass was 70, and then half the payloader. Those were the big items. So you add that into my regular budget and my equipment payment back for our package that we got. That's going to be an expensive year, unfortunately. But stuff like that filter and the payloader, I mean, it's just things that need to be done, and it's not an every year expense type thing. So,
I get it. Lots of difficult decisions.
Hmm?
A lot of difficult decisions they got to make. I get
yeah. So, yeah. Unless anybody's got any questions.
Cancellation policy.
Next, there was a question on when we should cancel, and I guess it was questioned whether or not we should cancel at all, a board meeting if there's not things on the agenda other than reports. And I clarified with, again, administration and city attorney, and they said absolutely you can cancel for lack of agenda items. So it's just to clarify in that. So the fact that we did not have a meeting last month was fine.
Good. I see our next meeting date is the 13th of October, which is also Columbus Day. Assume that's a holiday.
Yeah.
So 14th?
Unless you see something on that date over there behind you in that calendar.
Nope. So it'll be October 14th. Got it?
Got it.
Good man.
Isn't,
October 14th?
isn't there a budget meeting that day?
It's nothing on the calendar. Something at 9 and at 2.
Does it show budget meeting the week before or the week after?
Actually, it's us down on the 13th, a planning meeting at noon. I don't see any.
Did you have that down, Mr. Reporter?
I don't think so. Let me see what I figure out.
Well, we'll plan it for the 14th, and if it's any different, I'm sure we'll be notified. And we are adjourned.